as hip hop, as urban, black, Latino, the minorities, whatever you want to call us, we should just support everybody. Because these record labels out here, they jerking us from the beginning to end to present day. They still jerking us. Warner Brothers, they cashed out for like $5 million or something. And allegedly they not breaking down nothing with the artists because they saying like you got to recoup to get some money. So basically they just pocket $500 million.
That reminds me of the Friday scene with what's his name?
Smokey.
Tiny.
Oh, Tiny.
Tiny when they went and robbed the Sididdy dude, the
Yeah.
Sididdy neighbor house.
Yeah.
And Chris was like, "Yeah, we got about $40." No, I got about $40.
What?
What is you talking about?
And that's basically what it is. I was watching, I don't know their podcast, but Joe Buttons, he has a podcast. I was watching it, and he was talking about how every movie about the entertainment business, you get jerked in that, like the 5 Heartbeats, you got jerked, the TLC story, they got jerked, and go on and go on. Like, that's what they do. They just jerking us. I mean, not us, but I'm saying us as a hip hop community, or R&B, rock and roll, blues, because they took all of that from us. And I think all of that has something to do with hip hop. I think hip hop is like the broken down version of all of that. Yeah. But I'm saying that to say this, like, we need to support each other.
Yeah, but I think that's every genre, especially if you're in the black culture. I think that's every genre, especially of music of color, from R&B to blues to jazz to
we
to
created
hip-hop.
everything.
Yeah, not only was our music being mimicked and watered down and copied,
they just straight took it
and gave us fucking deals that was crazy. But I think
nigga deals.
We do gotta take ownership as far as that, because unfortunately, even to this day, not even just a back in the day thing, we're still uneducated about the business.
Once they wave that big old check in front of you, you take that upfront money and you forget about the back end.
Even Nori was saying that he misses back in the day because they cut the bigger check. But then at the same time, these artists are not at their full potential where they need to be now.
Yeah.
Still making money off their things
off your
because
catalog.
they're so quick. And I kind of understand it. You're a starving artist. Even if you put enough bread to support your bro, that bread ain't as quick as the motherfucker. Here, all right, here's 100,000. Or here, 500. 500 grand.
Your catalog, you're supposed to pass that down to your children. Your children supposed to pass it down to their children. Your catalog supposed to go down in history as long as you have a family bloodline. Your catalog supposed to just keep going and going and going. And people are cashing out in the front and not thinking about the back end. Then the next generation is like, oh yeah, you listening to Baby Got Back, but you ain't getting that back end. I'm not saying that's what happened to you, Sir Mr. Salah. I'm just saying an example because that's the first song that popped in my head. Your business probably was intact. I don't know. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I think every artist should be able to retire or get some type of money, especially when you put in work and you traveling and you doing tours, especially if you are an older artist that's still capable of having a tour. You should be able to own
I don't think we retiring. Like, I don't think the generation we came up in the 90s, I don't think that generation is retiring. I think they still going out on tour. And if I do my due diligence, I believe some of the artists from the 80s is still touring too.
Yeah, but
I don't think there's no retirement in hip hop.
You have artists like Source Money who's retired.
Think so? I don't know.
Yeah, he put up a post and was like, I'm done with it. And right now he's all about fitness and wellness, and he's always showing himself in the gym and eating good and stuff.
But that's he's still selling his celebrity. Like Reverend Run. He has a new show on Netflix called All About the
show. A scripted show.
It's All About the Washingtons.
Yeah.
I watched it, I binge watched it, I love it. It's like a little, you know what I mean? It's like Fresh Prince-y type Cosby Show-ish mesh, like, you know what I mean? But I just like it because it's like he's still doing his thing. Yeah. And he's a hip-hop artist that I fell in love with when I first realized what hip-hop was, because I was kind of born into hip-hop. I didn't realize it was, I just thought that was going on forever. I didn't know it was like something I was born into that was kind of new. But I'm saying that to say this, he's still out here doing it, so it's not about retiring. It's like, you still could sell your celebrity.
Yeah, but not every rapper or every artist have the luxury to do what Red Run does.
I mean,
not every artist has the luxury to be 60 years old with a scripted sitcom, or even have reality shows. You know,
Yeah.
Red Run had success after making albums, and even with his ministries and stuff like that. Not every artist thinks that way.
Yeah.
But even if you did have an album or two, you should still be able to eat off, you know, your money into your golden age, even if it's it equates the amount of a minimum wage check. At least you have something to, you're not totally, you know, broke and you know, can't make no money or whatever, or only able to come out once in a blue moon because somebody remembered you back in the day.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like that.
But don't get it mistaken, their broke is not our broke. I'd rather be some of they broke than my broke.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many people really live basic lives, and even having a tour. You can have a tour, that word tour, but what kind of tour do you have? Are you selling out arenas, or are you in a lounge?
Yeah.
Are you, you know, on the main circuit or the chitlin circuit? And there's a big difference between the two. And depending on your demand, it could be, you could have a show and be on tour, but then you don't be on tour and don't have a show for the next 5-10 years.
Yeah.
What's going on within those 5-10 years that you're doing to sustain some type of income?
Yeah.
You know, it's things like that artists should really take into consideration. And even if they are in a position where you need your advance money or whatever deal that you're making, at least be smart about it. I think you should use that money to set yourself up personally,
But, like,
as opposed to spending it totally on video, totally on clothes, totally on the strip clubs and
but
stuff
most
like
of the
that.
most of these artists, they come in like straight out of high school. You might still be in high school. You like 18, 20. So you get your first lick of some money, you know what I mean? And you thinking because you out for that moment, you're gonna be high forever. They not thinking longevity. They think about this moment right now. Right now, I'm popping. They gave me a check for $500,000. Nigga, I'm on the radio. I got spins. They not thinking about all of that. After the money starts dwindling in, then they start going, yo, wait a minute. Where's my income supposed to be coming? That's when you start paying attention to your shit.